Welcome to the What Idea Team's What at Work tour of Okeeheelee Park's Nature Center. The name Okeeheelee means quiet waters in the unwritten language of the Seminole Native American culture. This is an appropriate description of the natural and man-made forces that have influenced the 1,000-acre Okeeheelee Park. Millions of years ago, this very site was underwater. Fossilized coral reefs and shell beds underlie the woodlands and wetlands throughout the southern portion of the state. During the 1950s and 60s, strip mining was conducted on the property to obtain road-based material. That activity stripped most of the site's natural vegetation, leaving a corrugated landscape of shallow pits filled with water. In 1975, construction began and took about 20 years to complete, and today, Okeeheelee Park has become a facility which is the center of activity of Palm Beach County. The Nature Center features 2.5 miles of trails winding through 90 acres of pine flatwoods and wetlands. We were met at the Nature Center by Pam Venstra, assistant naturalist who volunteers her time helping with the many educational programs such as this tour, as well as helping take care of the many animals that call the Nature Center home. After a brief introduction on the many goings-on at the Nature Center, we were led on a small hike. Our first stop was the deer enclosure, where those people who wanted were allowed to feed the deer. Some of the deer, once they have healed, will be released back into the wild, while a few of them will live at the park for the remainder of their life due to not being able to care for themselves. You then get to see the many variety of raptors being cared for, such as great horned owls, red-shouldered hawks, and falcons. We then continued on our hike through the wooded trails and wetlands, learning about the different ecosystems. We were shown the different types of plant life, such as poison ivy. Remember, leaves of 3, let it be. One thing we learned was how every year they do a controlled burn to help remove the dead plant life and undergrowth to help allow the trees and plant life to thrive. We saw a gopher tortoise and watched it head into its hole. We ended up back at the center for some interaction with some predatory birds. The first was an owl named Hootie, the screech owl. Hootie wound up at the Nature Center when he was dropped off. He had been taken from a nest as a baby and raised by people who were then unable to care for him, and they brought him to the center. The next was Alex, the great horned owl. Alex was also taken from a nest and ended up at the center when the people who had found her found out that it was illegal to possess her. After the owls, we got to see a few baby reptiles, a baby gopher tortoise, and a baby alligator. The next was a rat snake. After the tour was over, we spent some time in the center looking at a few exhibits. Thank you. For more information on What at Work tours, see any WIT member.